Hello everyone! Welcome to How to Get a 5 on the AP US Government and Politics exam. So, for those of you who are watching this video, you probably want to get a 5 or a 4 or a 3 on the AP US Government exam. So, in this video, I'll just give you some tips on how to do that and how I got a 5 on the AP US Government exam last year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful, and if you do, leave a thumbs up so that other people who want to get good scores on the AP US Government exam can find this video. Okay, so the first thing I want to say about the US Government AP exam is that it is the easiest AP exam out of the 8 AP exams that I've taken so far. Out of all of them, it's the easiest one, and I think it's probably one of the easiest AP exams there are. However, when I say easiest, what I mean is that there's literally almost no analysis at all in the AP US Government exam. It's pretty much the entire exam is just straight up memorization. Now, I studied for the AP exam literally in 3 days because I had 4 other AP exams to take last year. So this is what I did. First of all, when it comes to AP exam prep books, you want to get this one, and only this one. You don't need to get any other ones. At least this is the only prep book I used. So, yeah, I just got this one, and it's a really good prep book. That's all I can really say. And I just read through it, the entire thing, I think twice. I think I got through the entire thing once, and then I got through half of it and I realized that I had no time left. So you can see there was a lot of highlighting. Don't recommend doing as much highlighting as I did. It's kind of excessive highlighting. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The point is that I read through everything. Yeah, you can see here I was already just reading. I was like, no highlighting. So, but yeah, so I read through the book 1.5 times, and then I did the 2 practice tests, and I highly recommend, they have 5 full-length practice tests. I did only 2, so yeah, it's okay if you don't have time to do all of them, because I did not have time to do all of them. But yeah, so I did 2 full practice tests, and then I did 2 extra FRQs online just for extra review. So that's pretty much what I did in regards to this book. In regards to my strategy for the AP exam prep, it was 50% this book, 50% online resources, because I found a lot of online resources. And I highly recommend them, because I wouldn't say that this alone would get you a 5. There were a lot of different aspects that were kind of missing or just confusing. So I recommend just kind of using this as a first step, and then after that, after you read through it 1.5 times, then using online resources and doing practice exams and going over your mistakes, etc. And on top of that, you should definitely, like 100% definitely, make a Quizlet or a ton of flashcards. What I did was a ton of flashcards. I always just use flashcards because I'm old-fashioned, but that doesn't matter. The point is, you can use flashcards, you can use Quizlet, it really doesn't matter. So you're going to have a ton of vocabulary. So I will show you some of the outlines that I have saved, and also other resources that you can use for the AP US Government exam that I used to prepare and get a 5. Alrighty, so here's the first AP US Government review packet. So you can see that kind of starts by going over the main topics of the AP exam and just talks about the format. Then it goes over some key vocabulary. You should definitely know all of this and have it, you know, down to a T, being able to answer, or like if someone asks you, what does this mean? Then you should be able to answer it. And then you should also be able to answer all of these questions down here. And as you can see, it kind of just goes by topic, different questions that you should be able to answer, and then vocab. Okay, so the next AP Government review packet is this one, and it goes over the structure of the exam, describes it, and then talks about the 6 topics and what percent of the exam those topics will be. So we're gonna So this is kind of how the document looks like. They just go over the topics. And then you can see here like a list of some important cases that you should know. And you should know what they're about. Then these are some tips that I should definitely recommend reading. How to take the multiple choice section, how to take the essay section, etc. And then these are just nutshells of all of the exam topics. And you definitely should read this. Like I 100%, like right after you're done reading the first time reading the prep book, read this, because it's like a summary of everything, but it's really clearly summarized. So it's kind of like, if you didn't really understand something in the prep book, this definitely helps. And also underlines the vocabulary, so it's also really useful. And like you can see, for instance, here, like 4 formal methods to amend the Constitution. You're gonna need to know how to do that. So it's like kind of puts in a little table here for you. Then talks about federalism, dual layer cake, marble cake. You're gonna need to know that too. So what it is, etc. So it's just like a really useful summary, honestly. Oh, by the way, if you read this packet 5 times and remember its contents, you will get a 5 on the AP exam. You will. Like, for real. Okay? Like, I'm not even kidding. If you read this packet 5 times, you're going to get a 5. So I recommend still getting the AP exam prep book, the Princeton Review, just for the practice purposes and just because it is a book and you can, it's just, you know, nice. And it is a good book. But this packet, guys, if you're not going to buy a prep book, get this packet, okay? By the way, if you guys are wondering if I read all 4 of these packets, I did read all 4 of these packets that I'm showing you, but I read the second one, I think like probably 3 times. And you're probably wondering, how did I possibly do that in 3 days? Well, let's just say it was 3 full days, so I pretty much dedicated like 15 hours a day to AP Gov. So that's like 45 hours right there. So yeah, that's how I did it. If in case you were wondering, just time-wise, if you're wondering how long that takes. So yeah, but okay, if you have really limited time, probably read the Princeton Review first and then read the second packet like 3 times. Okay, all right, and then read one of the other ones that I'm showing you. So in this AP Government Review packet, again, goes over the table of contents, and then it goes just right into all this vocab, and just it's just like information, Bill of Rights, Electoral College, Federalists, Anti-Federalists, Articles of Confederation versus Constitution. This is good because there's usually an FRQ or something about this, comparing and contrasting the Articles of Confederation and Constitution. The Federalist number 10 is like all, and 51, there's always at least one question about them. So you need to know about these 2. Philosophical thought, also important. I mean, these are all really important. And the thing is that some of these packets emphasize some things more than others, which is why I recommend reading all of them if you really want to guarantee a 5 and you have the time. So the last packet that I have has a lot of blanks. Didn't notice. Pretty much this is just like good to be able to fill it out. So like I didn't actually obviously read it because it's blank, but you should be able to fill in the blanks. So if you can't fill in the blanks, then like look it up online, look it up in the prep book, look it up in your textbook, whatever. But you should be able to fill in the blanks. So just kind of use this as a review of like going through this before the AP exam, to make sure that you kind of covered everything, if that makes sense. So I just showed you all of the outlines, the 4 outlines that I used, and now I'm going to show you just a couple other resources you can use. So this is prepscholar.com, and they have, you can just type prepscholar.com AP US Government and you'll find this, and so the best AP US Government notes to study with. So pretty much what you just need to do is scroll down, and they have all of these different useful notes and vocabulary and everything from other websites. But it's just kind of like a nice little summary of all the notes and topics that you'll possibly need, and some important documents, and then some strategies for the test. That's just extra. And then finally, you can find a lot of nice AP US Government videos online, and I actually did watch some AP US Government videos on YouTube. Because normally I don't watch videos, but for AP US Government, I made an exception, and it actually was kind of nice. So some of the resources that I use, I didn't actually watch this. I watched a little bit of it, and it was useful. Like, I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was the Adam Norris's AP Government Review Final Exam. That one was a really nice one. And then also, I recommend checking out Keith Hughes's US Government and Politics playlist. There's a lot of different things explained there, and I just recommend checking it out. And then also there's this video, there's a lot of videos by Adam Norris for AP US Government. So I watched a lot of those. Like, there's a playlist called AP Government Essential Videos by Adam Norris, so I definitely recommend checking them out. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and that it helps you get towards your goal of getting a 3, 4, or 5, or whatever score that you're aiming for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck with your AP exam prep and AP exam. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.